We're going to be bringing you Team Keyed Stars versus SK Prime. I'm Egag. Going to be joining me here is Mutez, and we're already in picks and bans. And how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. First time casting together. Really looking forward to this, and two great teams. I think this could be a very close matchup.
It could indeed. And as the bands go on through, we have Braum taken away, as well as Cassidon. So two very popular bands.
Yeah, certainly. They are the kind of top tier picks that you do not want to let sleep through, and it's no big surprise, especially Braum. He's considered as one, if not the most OP support champion, even after the recent nerf.
Very true. And if you guys don't already notice, there is someone missing from the side of SK Prime that's normally there. Gilius is going to be out, as Broken Shard will be subbing in for him for today. So that's going to be very fun to see him transition over from the NALCS now to a very strong challenger team in SK Prime. And Geet Stars, they came first in the Brazilian Challenger Series themselves, so a very strong team. They have two Koreans on it as well, Suno and Winged, just two very strong players in that. And then BRTT on AD carry and Loop, amazing support, and Mylon up top. So two more bands to come through. It's going to be that Jax and Kale, and then a Yasuo to follow it.
Yeah, it does make a lot of sense, though, that for Key to ban out Jax and Yasuo, because what Fox is known for his incredible Yasuo play in mid.
Yeah.
But in fact, I believe at DreamHack, which I just got back from, he went 9-0 in the group stages on that champion and just wrecked faces. And on top of that, Jax is a ban against mid EJ, but also, interestingly enough, Mylon is known for playing Jax as well. So clearly they just don't want to have to deal with that champion.
It's kind of a standard thing for every top laner to know how to play Jax, because just that late game point, you're just like 1v5, jumping in, dodging everything, and just pretty much blowing everybody up. So you really just don't want to deal with that. Lee Sin's going to be the last ban away, take that one away from Winged, and then they'll just pick up Thresh for Loop for Keat Stars.
Yeah, Thresh is a huge champion. Also, Zayton's most played support over in EU and solo queue and also in tournaments. So it's kind of picking a very strong champion, but also picking a strong one against Zayton, who is probably going to move on to something like Leona or Morgana, I'd imagine.
Yeah, Morgana's a very strong answer to Thresh. But, you know, there's still other answers, and there's still more priority picks that they could go for, you know. Lulu's been a top pick that's still pretty strong if they want to go for that, or put it into mid lane with What the Fox. But the Morgana and Lulu going to get locked in, so it'll be Morgana support, just like you said.
Yeah, it's a great support against Thresh because the Black Shield mitigates a lot of what Thresh can throw at you, but also it is a support that Zayton goes to normally after Thresh has been banned or picked up, so no huge surprises there. Lulu as well, one of mid laner's top picks, and is just very strong in this current meta.
Yeah, she's just so always relevant. But now, Keat Stars, they're going for the Elise jungle for Winged, and they'll grab up Mylon's top Shyvana, so already just seeing those comfort picks come through and not afraid to show anything in the top role. So taking a very strong tanky top in that, and we'll most likely see Wing go tanky on the Elise in the jungle. While SK Prime, it looks like they'll pick up Zyz's Twitch, and they're hovering over Swain possibly for What the Fox.
Really interesting that they go for Twitch, especially after he's been hit a bit with a nerf bat, and also that Lucian was available, and that is Haydal's played AD carry. Zyz is Haydal, if you guys weren't aware. And also, Swain, has that been locked in? Because I'm a bit behind you with watching on
No,
stream.
not yet. Oh, actually, it was locked in. Okay. Well then, mid Swain. Huh. Not something you see all too often. He does have some heavy counters, but his mid to late game, when he has that Rod of Ages completed as Zanya's Hourglass, just keeps that flock of crows going. He's a force to be reckoned with.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news here, Iga, but apparently it's a placeholder pick for Vi. So...
No! It'll be Vi for Broken Shard then?
Let me see it. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I was actually about to say that with Elise and Lee Sin no longer being available for him, I think he would probably go to Vi or Jarvan. Now, Vi is just a lot more viable, I guess, if you pardon the pun, with this team comp. And also on top of that, it's just all around stronger. So yeah, Vi's not a huge surprise.
Okay, so... sadly, my dreams are crushed of seeing Swain. One of the NA players, notice Stefano plays quite a bit of Swain there, and he's pretty good at it. But it'll be Keat Stars now looking for their bot lane combination in the 100% white steel. It'll be the Lucian Thresh down bot, and they'll pick up Orianna for Suno in the mid lane.
Again, I'm just so confused as to why they went Twitch. I mean, it's a great champion, but when Lucian's open, and you definitely don't want to have to face off against Lucian Thresh, which is a bit of a a brutal lane matchup for Twitch. But obviously they've got an ace up their sleeve. They may very well even go for a lane switch up. That's kind of where I'm thinking they may go towards.
Yeah, the nerf to Twitch's ambush, his stealth ability, now the maximum time to stealth while taking damage is 6 seconds. So it used to be 3, so it'll take much longer for him to get stealthed up, but I, against a Lucian Thresh lane, you're gonna have a really tough time escaping, even with Black Shield. Like you can't just stealth up and be secure anymore. So we're just looking for what the mid lane pick is gonna be for. It's gonna be Lulu mid for Wadafox, as top lane still available. Smitty J very flexible on that. Will pick up the Irelia.
Okay then, Irelia and Shyvana was another top lane that we saw time and time again at DreamHack. Went pretty even. Normally jungle intervention is what dictates which way the lane will fall. But we are going to have a remake the weekend because of that placeholder pick. Crushing those dreams.
Yeah, the dreams of Swain mid. Oh well. So it'll be a top Irelia for SK, jungle Vi, middle Lulu, and then the bot lane combination of Twitch Morgana for SK Prime. Keyed Stars, gonna have the Shyvana up top, a jungle Elise for winged, and then Suna's gonna have Orianna mid, with BRTT and Loop taking that Lucian Thresh in the bot lane. So very strong lanes for Keyed Stars so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you guys first time watching SK Prime or Keyed Stars, just to throw some stats out there to you, Keyed Stars got first place at Brazilian League Champions Series after beating Pain Gaming 3-2, whereas SK Gaming Prime, they've actually come third in the previous installment of the TSM EU Invitationals, and also came third, fourth, getting knocked out in the semi-finals against Reason Gaming at DreamHack. So both these teams coming into this tournament on a bit of a hot streak, I've got to say.
Yeah, very, very big hot streak for them. So we'll see if they can bring that over here, as they are. I think it was the information that they said tweeted out or something like that. They were going to Europe to boot camp for a little bit, so going to be putting themselves up against some of the top challenger tier players that are here. Very exciting to see this stuff. You don't get to see too many international events anymore. But Brazil versus Europe, this is going to be a big match. The Brazilian crowd goes wild in the chat, and such. I think this game's going to come down to pretty much both junglers. I think Brokenshard's going to really make sure that he can snowball either the top of the bot lane. Middle can hold itself. Wadafox, very good Lulu. He can stay back in defensive. He can play aggressive when he needs to. Because that Twitch nerf, it's a really big nerf. They lowered his base damage. His poison damage got lowered as well in the earlier levels. So really need to get him rolling.
Yeah, that's exactly why, knowing Haydal, knowing how much he loves Lucian, it was a bit of a question mark when I saw him lock it in with Lucian being available.
Alright guys, welcome back to the Solo Mid European Invitationals 2014. I'm Mika, going to be joining me here is Mutez, and we're on to the Rift with Keyed Stars going up against SK Prime. Everything's good to go, and with the early totem changes, we don't really see too many invades, but possibly could see it, but it's already kind of a 5-point spread.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if we're going to see a lot of aggression here early on. You can see almost this trench warfare setting up with all 10 players just locking down their areas of the map. And having a quick look around, neither team is likely going to want to engage. I mean, if I'm looking at the champions, Thresh and Elise do have quite a bit of CC between them, but I mean, Elise doesn't want to start with Cocoon. That's going to hamper her jungle clear.
Yeah, that would definitely put a big hindrance on her, but you're gonna see a little bit of exchanging of the totems there between Mylon and Smitty J, and they'll just go their own separate ways. It could be a red star for Broken Shard and a blue star for Winged, and then I'll just have a mirrored jungle clear, and then go for possibly early, bot lane ganks. Or they could just farm up for their 6s. More important for Broken Shard to get that level 6, so you can start hunting people down with that assault and battery. But it does look like it's going to be that way, and no aggression, so we'll just see how the lanes handle themselves. It was an early Doran shield pickup for Loop, so maybe expecting to get poked out a little bit heavier on here. No relic shield or anything actually for him for gold generation. Bit of a pause, not sure what it is, but we will find out and keep you updated. But for now, it's just going to be, I guess, that farm heavy game until we hit that mid game.
The unpause comes in, so we're now going to be jumping back onto the Rift. As we mentioned previously, nothing too fancy is going to kick off this game. No invades, maybe a late invade, but with the ward coverage down from Keyed Stars,
yeah,
I don't think that's going to work out for SK Gaming Prime. And in fairness, they're going to back away, and Broken Shard will start on his nemesis, the red buff.
Alright, and as the epic battle concludes, it'll be in Broken Shard's favor. The top laners actually aren't going to soak up any XP either, so it'll just be a flat-up rush to 6 for the junglers. Down bot already, Zaitan taking quite a bit of poke there from Loop and from BRTT. So, gonna see how the lanes play out. And he is fairly squishy on that Morgana, so has to be careful, takes another one of those piercing lights. And they'll be on the back foot here as they're going to get pushed up a little bit early on, and that early level 2 is going to go to Keyed Stars. They get a fillet, but will they follow up? Looks like no.
Yeah, that's one. Oh, actually gets caught from the piercing light as well from Lucian, so getting even further poked down. But that's one of the downfalls of picking Spell Thief's Edge first. Yes, you get the additional damage coming down, but you're very vulnerable and very weak, as you mentioned previously, whereas you can see that Loop's gone for the Doran shield, so he is going to be a bit of a bully in this lane. They've already forced him back, hitting level 2 first.
If he had Ignite there, they could have ignited, then flashed with BRTT having the passive up from the Gunslinger and could have possibly picked up a kill. So that's another thing to going a little bit safer on Thresh and going for that exhaust. Up top, it's just going to be that wet noodle fight. They just keep slapping each other back and forth. Bot lane, BRTT has the level 2. The jungler's just farming up. Looks like he looks for Death Sentence, gets it.
He does. It's going to be a lot of damage onto Hela. He will have to flash and the heal. Level 1, both summoners burnt, and this is what we were talking about before, Egad, that if Twitch suffers early, Lucian is going to punish.
Yeah, and look at that. BRTT is 12 CS up already. There's a huge wave, mind you, that is pushing down, but a lot of that is going to get destroyed by the turret and by the pool coming out from Zaitan, so he's picking up what he can. It's definitely gonna force out Broken Shard to come help that lane, because the lead that BRTT is amassing is gonna be huge, and he's gonna look to deny as much as possible underneath this turret.
That's exactly it. This draws Vi, Broken Shard, to have to camp bot lane, or at least try and make something happen. The good news, though, for both bot laners for SK Gaming Prime is that the wave is pushing, so they don't have to go out too far. They don't have to venture too far without any summoner spells on their AD carry. But still, as you mentioned, that CS advantage is pretty scary already, and you can see them freezing the lane, really trying to punish Twitch. Twitch will be recalling.
Yeah, so with no flash, no heal, a pause comes out. A little trouble for Mylon. Or maybe having the sound problem again, we don't know. But already, it's a bad sign for that bot lane. Hadal having a rough time, goes back to pick up a double Doran, so have 6% lifesteal. And let's see, is he actually running any other lifesteal on top of that? No, he's not, so just flat damage. So looking for the lifesteal from the Doran's Blades to stay alive in this lane and try to sustain up. But with that time that he's gone, it's just more of a lead for BRTT and Loop. So Keyed Stars having that good showing already. Mid lane, there was an attempted gank from Winged, but just a whimsy away, and Wada Fox gets out.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but this is pretty much the reason why I was surprised when I saw that Twitch get locked in with Lucian and Thresh. Both very much available, and he's kind of learning the hard way that Keyed Stars bot lane is something to be feared. 32-9 CS is absolutely brutal. Top lane though, Mylon could be falling down for Broken Shard. Here comes the charge up, does land it, but there's the flash, and he will just about survive.
It's the thing about top lane now, you don't take Ignite anymore, you gotta take the teleport to follow and roam with your team and such, and look for counter potential. If you had Ignite there, could flash Ignite, chase down with an auto and pick up a kill. But, Mylon gets to go back, he gets to teleport back to top lane, not miss too much, that wave wasn't even shoved up, but Broken Shard's looking to go up to Suno here.
He is looking for that gank into mid, but Wada Fox is taking so much damage that they can't really follow that one up.
Yeah, very unfortunate. And he missed the Glitter Lance too. If that slow would have connected, that definitely would have been something they could try to chase on. Smitty J a little low on mana, looking for whatever harass he can get onto Milan. Wing, though, looking for some counter jungling on a Broken Shard. Gonna walk up to him and force him back on out. I don't think they're gonna look for a fight here, so they'll keep it passive. And he'll spot out and look for the cooldown on the blue buff too, so get a timing on that. Was trying to stop out Fox, but Broken Shard was there just in case. And the bot lane's return, while the top lane's just traded out, as always. And Zeiss, he actually caught up quite a bit in some CS there. I keep calling him Zeiss when he actually is Haydal. I'm just gonna keep calling him his name that's on the screen. It gets so confusing. But he's caught up a little bit. He's not down as much anymore. And Twitch is late game. We can't count that out either. Even if he gets shut down early, it is something to keep in mind.
That's a very good point, actually, and that could be where SK Gaming Prime start to edge towards. It's like, okay, guys, our early game's not going great. Let's try and stall this one off, get Twitch, get Irelia fed up, and then try and make some plays after that. Interesting enough, at bot lane, Lucian did get himself a Vampiric Scepter, so BRT is going to be able to trade all day long with Ziz and pretty much come out ahead. Like, he can afford to do just that now.
Yeah, it is the nerfed Vampiric Scepter, though. It's only 8% instead of 10%, but with 3% coming in from Doran's Blade, so it's 11% lifesteal. So it's a hefty amount that he's going to be sustaining off of. And Wing is actually waiting in the wings, trying to look for a gank here. He'll get spotted out by a War, but they're a little far pushed up.
They are, here it comes. Flay does land. Ziz should be falling down. Remember, he doesn't have either of his summoner spells. First blood to Lucian. Zayden could be falling as well. Flash out, but that's going to be Wing chasing, and he will get the second.
Alright, so that Twitch nerf, man, he couldn't go stealth. 6 seconds, he can get held up there, and he ends up falling to BRTT. I don't think he even had enough mana to stealth up, and then Wing just tastes down Zaytan. And that'll be a simple 2 for none, and that tier 1 turret possibly could go down, but he's actually focusing down the CS, so not looking to take the turret just yet. But an amazing start for the bot lane for Keat Stars, and they have a nice little 1,000 gold lead.
Yeah, this is where a lot of AD carries differ, that some would like to take the tower early so that they can therefore roam to other lanes, but the thing is that if BRT is crushing, absolutely crushing Ziz the way he is, you kind of want to keep that tower alive, so they have to keep pushing to the mid of the lane, and then you can just kind of farm kills, so it could definitely be something going into the back of Lucian's mind, who is starting to build toward a Cutlass. You're interested to see which build order he goes. Looks like it's going to be the Blade of the Rune King.
That's the good build, alright. So, Blade of the Rune King, very strong. The Bloodthirster, I think we'll probably see it phase out a little bit until people figure out like how good the shield can actually work, or how well the shield can actually work. But Blade of the Rune King's the safer option for the AD carries to pick up. They did nerf the slow a little bit, but I don't think people really people don't really care too much about that. And he's got that huge lead in the bot lane. The Cutlass is just going to make his trading and his sustain so good against this Twitch Morgana, who really just got shoved so far behind. That gank really secured that lane for BRTT.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And the Bilgewater Cutlass as well, if they do get ganked from Vi, could be the saving grace for BRT to just slow down and be able to escape. And we did mention that it was going to be jungle intervention that more than likely would open up this game. That's exactly what's happened. Unfortunately, Broken Shard hasn't really had a chance. He went to mid, What the Fox nearly died. He went bot lane, and there was no follow-up damage. So I kind of feel a bit sorry for him.
So Wing spots out Broken Shard, killing off the pink ward. There's some pings going in as Suno collapses in as well, but Broken Shard just gets away, no problem. It looks like Milan also is going to use his teleport to get back up to the top lane to deal with Smitty, who actually has able to attack and push down very fast, winning out these trades quite handily too. Using that his 10-tile true damage, he forces him back quite often.
Yeah, and Shyvana just literally came back from a spawn with teleport, so
yeah,
instantly getting forced back, instantly getting chunked. Does have the ultimate, so should be alright, but still quite scary. Winged is chasing after Lulu, but yeah, What the Fox should be fine. Glitter Lance has landed. Bot lane. Oh, Zayden could be falling again. This is going from bad to worse.
Wow.
Indeed he will. The Death Sentence lands. Will it live up to its name? This again has to flash. But there is the culling. Is it enough? No. But again, all summoners have been burnt at bot lane.
Oh, Smitty up top's getting chased out. Wing did miss the cocoon though, so it looks like Smitty will be just fine. And that Death Sentence was so nice. They baited out the Black Shield as well after flaying, so there was nothing for the Black Shield to hit. And it looks like Broken Shard's actually making his way up towards top lane, has the Assault and Battery, and his ultimate ready, just in case. His ultimate is Assault and Battery. It is ready, so he can chase down Mylon if anything. Smitty J's trying to bait this out, but Winged is waiting in the wings as well again, so could be a potential 2v2 up here.
It could, but if Mylon goes all in with his Dragon's Descent, there's going to be a second or two whereby we'll have the upper hand in this exchange, so Mylon could end up falling down before we can even get close. But look at this, both top laners super patient, and this is the mark of a truly great player, but they are going to be going in finally. Dragon's Descent comes around, Smitty J gets taken out from K-Star's Jungler of Wings, and they're going to get another kill at the top, 5-0.
Jeez. That counter gank was perfect. They got a little too antsy from SK Prime's side. Broken Shard was like, alright, get the stun, I'm going in, and then Wing just showed up out of nowhere and just destroyed him with all of his damage. And then Mylon got the perfect Dragon's Descent off. They just pick up the 2 kills, and that'll be 5-0. A nice little 2,000 plus gold lead. Mid lane, been fairly even between WTF and Suno, too. Kind of been quiet after Wing tried to gank. But now Zaitan pushes up a little too far, and the binding gets dodged away. BRT's been on point with relentlessly pursuing those bindings. But they might look for a chase here. Possibly he is fully stacked up on that poison, but they just back on out. He's actually got quite a bit of money to go buy. 1,300, can finish off his Blade of the Rune King and about 100 more gold. So probably just waiting for that. While pink wards get placed out, clearing out some more wards from SK Prime side. And I'm surprised we haven't seen any early dragon attempts. That's kind of been the thing to do lately.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. It's probably both teams just respecting one another, but on top of that, K-Stars are having so much luck and so much success in their laning phase that maybe they just want to stick on to that one right now. It's interesting as well, the curse of the commentator, I say at top, how patient both top laners are as SK Gaming Prime go in and end up falling as a result. There was a little passage of power there for SK Gaming Prime before Lucian went back. He had a lot of gold, as you mentioned, and coming back in, the items were pretty similar. So there was that moment where you could see that both Ziz and Zaitan wanted to look for a fight, but unfortunately for them, Lucian did go back, and as you mentioned, picked up the Blade of the Rune King, which is just going to be a whole new spike in damage, and also sustain at bot for K-Stars.
Very true, and Luke was also looking for some aggressive warning, and he did find out Broken Shard, but Winged is coming in again.
Well, Smitty J is more than likely going to die right here. There we go, underneath the tower, and there's Flame Breath. For a second, I thought maybe they hadn't picked that one up, but there you go, Shyvana gets a second kill.
He's actually maxing Flame Breath second, too, so prioritizing that armor reduction and the range damage he can throw out. And it secures the kill on Smitty, who has been having a rough time. Winged has been making it his job to make sure that Mylon is ahead in that lane. Might be down in CS, but has those 2 kills and building towards the Sunfire Cape. This bot tier 1 is going to end up going down as VRTT to go back and picked up his Blade of the Rune King. So putting in work with that, and they drop some deeper wards. They know there's a pink ward by a blue buff, so they kind of ping it out. They're like, alright, he cleared out a ward over here last time, so let's make sure we can go clear that out next time. But still placing that safety ward as it's going to be a little bit of a farm fest for K-Stars until they find their next objective to control, as it looks like they want to get the mid turret, and they do. Suno, the 1v1 going heavily in his favor, and the top turret falls too. It's just like dominoes, bot, mid, and then top.
I took the words right out of my mouth there, but also going back to a point you made before about Dragon, with all of these first tier towers falling, that just opens up Dragon that much more for K-Stars. So they could be looking for this one, want to try and steal away the blue buff, but that's not going to be the case. Or
did he get it?
Actually, no. No, it was Lulu that got it at the end. But I thought the culling actually stole that one.
Yeah,
away.
I did too. That would have been a pretty big detriment to WTF if that blue buff did get stolen away. They're starting up Dragon here as they lantern over and pull in Winged. So this Dragon is going to go down, and it'll be a 14.5-minute Dragon in favor of K-Stars. Just every objective on perfect timing, perfect control for the side of K-Stars as they're looking to push more. They do ping out Broken Shard. The ball is dropped on a Mylon. Not going to dive though. No Dragon's Descent just yet. And they're going to assert their dominance as they want to get this tier 2. It looks like Winged is going to get caught out though. Oh, he flashes up the wall.
Caught out, but he's buying up time for the rest of his team to chunk down this mid tower, and he survives as well. So this mid tower is super low. It should be falling. There we go. Here comes the desperation engage though from the side of SK Gaming Prime, and Broken Shard goes down instantly. Here comes Irelia though, does come back with a kill before falling.
Wow.
The Fox gets caught from a death sentence who may not actually fall here. So that's some nice soul shackles from Zayton, turning this fight back around once again. Mylon in a 1v3. Here comes the cavalry. Zayton is being engaged upon right now. Flashing as well from Mylon. They get the double kill. Huge fight from the side. Wow. And also the ace. What is going on?
You know, that fight was won despite Suno missing his shockwave. So that ace for 2 in favor of Keystars. They have an 8,000 gold lead. They got the tier 2. SK Prime was looking for that desperate engage. They went in onto BRTT. They picked up the kill, but then just the inevitable push down from Keystars just took everybody out. Hadol had a great position in that fight too, but still, he's lacking in the items, lacking in that farm, and it just wasn't enough to pick up what he wanted. He took down Winged. Oh, he didn't take him down, but Zaytan picked up the cleanup kill on Wing there, and just complete dominance by Keystars. That early game, that 2 kills in the bot lane and then the 2 kills up top just really started to begin that snowball effect for Keystars. And with a dragon with a tier 2 down mid, that's one of the more important tier 2s in the game. They could just look to hint at going towards top or just trying to safely push down bot and let BRTT do his own thing, which it looks like they are. But Hadol really needs to find what he can to catch back up here. 50, a rough 40 CS behind, as well as 2 kills down is not helping him at all.
And this is the thing, we were talking about the late game potential from SK Gaming Prime, but it simply doesn't matter if they don't reach that stage. And you can see that K-Stars have been somewhat caught out, but there's a dark passage, saving Elise from any further confrontation, so Winged is going to be okay. But as you mentioned, second tier tower in mid lane is going to open up the jungle, it's going to allow K-Stars to now roam around wherever they so choose, and it looks like that's going to be bot lane.
Oh, they finally get that pesky pink ward that was left that blue for quite a while, but Hadol was going through stealth it up, decided not to go into the enemy team as he was by himself, but that tier 2 down bot will go down, and this is Keystars just saying, we're strong, we're ready to push. We have that huge mid-game power spike as the Athenes was picked up for Suno. He's got an extra blasting wand. He's feeling confident in his damage. He's got some extra mana sustain too from that Athenes. And Mylon, he's got his Sunfire. He's got a Warden's Mail, looking for the Randuins. And he could just tank up everything at this point. But BRTT takes a bit of poke he didn't want to take, so they give him the shield. And they should look to back off as they got the fairly easy tier 2 turret. And they could just go up the top, look to push that down, and start working towards inhibitors or try to get that Baron, which we've seen time and time again be a huge throw point.
Oh yeah, definitely. Lord Throw Zone, as so many people call it. And this is just clinical from K-Stars. I mean, that's the only word that really comes to mind, that they kind of pushed all 3 towers together, all the tier 1 towers, as you mentioned, like Dominoes, got the dragon, pushed mid, pushed bottom. It's quite crazy to watch a team like SK Gaming Prime, who I've seen in the EUS Challenger circuit do so well, get stomped, for want of a better word, so hard. Like, this is the most I've seen them beaten this quickly in a match.
True, but they are going against one of the more prominent Brazilian teams, you know? Keystars are no slouches themselves. They picked up 2 Korean players in Winged and Suno, and they've been just meshing so well with this team. BRTT and Loop have had some amazing synergy down bot. Their communication was on point. And I was talking about what I wanted to see out of the builds, and it looks like BRTT on the Lucian is going to be looking for an Infinity Edge as his second item, as he does have the pickaxe and the BF sword picked up. So to complement the attack speed and the life steal he's going to be getting from the Blade of the Rune King, looks like it's a pretty smart build nonetheless. And now Hadol has finished up that Blade of the Rune King, so gotta try to use something to get some kills. Still really far behind on that damage. They can't deal with Mylon without 3 members at least. The Trinity Force was completed for Smitty J, so he can at least try fighting, but even with just that item, it's not enough. Suno's going to even steal away a blue buff. They're just starting to slowly suffocate SK Prime now, as they want to look for possible inhibitor pushes. There's pink coming out, and they might want to just push down bot here.
Yeah, really just asserting their dominance in the jungle. You look at the ward coverage, it's other than around red buff, it's pretty bare right now from SK Gaming Prime, and that is again one of the detriments that they've had to face, that with K-Stars pushing so aggressively and with them warding so well, there we go, another ward will fall from Winged. There's like no vision from SK Gaming Prime, and this is the kind of position where if you walk into a bush and face check it at the wrong time, you get caught and potentially aced.
But thank goodness they have the black shield, so they can stall it for a little while. Lulu's wave clear as well is pretty good. Glitter lancing the wave continually will deny them for quite a while. But Keystars, they're still farming up. They're keeping that lead. They're at almost 10,000. It's about a 9.2k gold lead for them. They're going to give a blue buff over to BRTT too, so their push potential is now just unlimited. Suno has it on the Oriana. That ball is going to be flying all over the place, and then we're going to see BRTT just spamming out his abilities as well. And what they could do is they could just leave Mylon up top. I don't think Spitty J can take him, but they have Broken Shard coming up.
They have him coming up, but so far they're not really interested in jumping on top of this one. I think it's a case they want Mylon to get weakened to a level where they can get that kill, and then they decide against it. So Broken Shard will pull himself back. Dragon is live, only for a few seconds before Keystars will pick that one up and just go further ahead on gold. Already a 10.4k advantage in favor of Keystars at 21 minutes. That is crazy numbers.
That is some pretty good farming and objective control. It was funny just seeing Mylon and Spitty J just fight it out. It's like they both knew that there was something wrong with the picture. Mylon's like, yeah, my team's gonna sneak Dragon, and Spitty J was like, all right, I'm gonna try to get to use that Dragon's Descent, and then Broken Shard will come in and be the hero of the day and CC him up. But they just both backed on off. So they're pinging out. They're looking for picks at this point. They want to try to get some picks, and then it'll open up the possibility to push down an inhibitor. Winged pushing up still, gonna find a pink ward, but does not want to get caught out here as the pings are coming in. SK Prime were so quick to collapse on that. They are hungry for these kills. They need them for sure if they want to come back. But Keystars playing it safe, playing it correctly, and just gonna keep that advantage. They have Loop in the jungle now too. He's trying to counter ward some, but Broken Shard is there and ready. As Loop did sweeping lens and had the Oracle's lens on top of that little upgrade. Zayas gets the shield. He's going to sneak in here. Can he find Loop is the question. Cocoon connects, and no engagement just yet, while Smitty J and Mylon go at it at bot. So it looks like the tier 2 up top is going to be the next big objective.
Oh man, the item differential between these two top laners who are now at bottom is pretty crazy. And you can see that SK Gaming Prime, they're going to try and keep this tower alive for a few more moments. Broken Shard does come around from the side, is unable to land anything, flashes in, actually face plants against the wall, teleport in as well. And it pretty much just turned around.
Wow.
There's a teleport from Shyvana. Beautiful Dragon's Descent lands on 4 players. Broken Shard is going to be the first to fall here. Oh, the least Shockwave absolutely decimating SK Gaming Prime. And as many seconds, 3 players fall and the tower afterwards.
That 3-man Shockwave was perfect from Suno. Mylon with a great counter engage for that Dragon's Descent. Surrender Vote comes out. SK Prime's going to go down. And that'll be game 1 over to Keystars. After a dominating performance, the only 2 people to die were Winged and BRTT, and that was just 1 time apiece. 14-2 in the kills, a 13,000 plus gold lead, 6 turrets to none. They had all the dragon control they wanted and all the vision control they wanted.